Hello, everyone. Today I'll be diving into a film that was a pioneer in its writing and technique. I'm talking about Arthur Penn's 1967 Bonnie and Clyde. Before this movie was released, Hollywood lived under a very rigid and regimented moral code where violence was clean and the bad guys were clearly defined. But when this film was released, that was all brought into question. An overview of this movie is that the film follows two bored, restless souls in the Midwest Depression era who turn to bank robbery as a form of their self-expression. But what makes this film essential isn't just the storyline and the plot, it's how Arthur Penn constructed the movie using his editing and techniques. Arthur Penn started by using this mastering the scene in space. So he uses this master scene technique to establish the electric chemistry between the two lead actors. And in the opening scene where Clyde first spots Bonnie from the sidewalk, the camera uses the long shot to show the dusty isolation of their environment, making their connection feel like kind of an inevitable collision. As their crew grows, the film relies heavily on continuity and discontinuity. One moment we're watching a linear robbery, the next editing becomes frantic and everyone is all over the place. Arthur Penn does this to kind of shake up the pace and rhythm. So the cuts accelerate as the tension rises, and they slow down when there's quieter scenes, and this creates kind of a kinetic energy through the film. This was unheard of for the time and very revolutionary. The film handles its characters in a very interesting way. We see a frequent use of the reverse shot during the tense arguments with the Barrow Gang, and these shots aren't really just used for dialogue. They're used for what's known as associative editing, linking Bonnie's poetic yearning with Clyde's frustrated masculinity, which are two main themes throughout the movie. Arthur Penn has a brilliant use of juxtaposition throughout. The film uses light-hearted comedy directly into a shocking violent scene, and the discontinuity here prevents the audience from ever feeling too comfortable or to ever let them know what's going on. While the gang is relaxing, the film intercuts to the Texas Rangers methodically tracking them, creating a ticking clock and kind of an urgent effect throughout that scene. The ending is very important. The ending is known as the Valley of Death, and this sequence features a really good use of montage editing. The montage sequence features over 50 shots in less than 1 minute, and editors use different film speeds to prolong the moment of their death for a better dramatic effect to emotionally draw that audience in. The juxtaposition is also used here, where there's a quick look between the lovers, and then the erupting gunfire is just devastating. And this is really supposed to be, a brutal, hard look at everything that's going on, and the director doesn't shy away from that. Um, this movie was basically a departure from the invisible editing of old Hollywood. It forced the viewer to witness everything that's going on, every hard scene, every sad scene, and all that. Um, Ultimately, Bonnie and Clyde proved that cinema could be both beautiful and repulsive at the same time, and used editing to turn a simple crime plot into a modern myth. Thank you.